Welcome to the deep dive. We're here to pull back the curtain on some really fundamental technologies, the ones orchestrating our modern world.
Yeah, think about the incredible precision you need for complex robotics, maybe on an assembly line.
Exactly. Or that smooth, instant power you feel in a high-performance electric car.
Right. It's not just mechanics, is it? It's really a symphony of motion control.
And it's powered by something remarkable, electric drives.
Mm-hmm.
So today, our mission is to really dive deep into the global electric drives market.
Yep.
We want to unpack its role in, well, everything from smart factories to electric mobility and even energy efficiency across industries.
It's a big topic with wide reach.
Definitely. We'll look at the numbers, sure, but also the trends, the strategy behind it all, what's shaping its future.
Because these drives, they really are the backbone of motion control. Foundational stuff for automation, EVs, advanced machinery.
So how big is this sort of silent powerhouse?
Well, the numbers are pretty significant.
Okay, let's hear them.
Back in 2021, the global market was valued at $22.66 billion.
Okay, substantial.
And it's projected to be $27.54 billion by 2025.
Right.
But the really striking figure is the projection for 2033 surging to an impressive $40.69 billion.
Wow, okay. 40 billion.
Yeah, that's a steady 5% compound annual growth rate, the CAGR.
So a solid 5% growth year on year. But what does that $40 billion figure truly signify? What's the story behind that number?
Well, what's fascinating here isn't just the scale, though that's impressive. It's the underlying story. This isn't just, niche growth.
Right.
This is industry fundamentally retooling itself globally.
Yeah.
Pushing past $40 billion like that, it tells you the agility, the precision, the efficiency you get from electric drives.
Sure.
It's not just an optional upgrade anymore.
It's becoming essential.
Exactly. It's becoming a prerequisite for competitiveness. It's about operational excellence, frankly, even survival in this automating world. It directly impacts how companies compete for leadership.
That's a really critical distinction. So let's peel back another layer. We hear electric drives, control motion, speed, torque. For our listeners who are pretty savvy about this stuff, can we elaborate on the how? What level of sophistication are we really talking about with this precision?
Absolutely. When we talk precision, it's not just smoother movement. We're talking sophisticated control loops, often using advanced tech like variable frequency drives, VFDs, and highly responsive servo systems.
Okay.
These can give you response times in sub-milliseconds, positioning accuracy down to microns, even when loads are changing constantly.
Incredible.
We're talking intricate power electronics, precisely modulating voltage, frequency, dictating exactly how the motor behaves. It's not just making things move, it's making them move perfectly. Complex, synchronized patterns. Impossible with old-school mechanical controls.
And that level of control, that mastery over motion, that must be the key piece for what you mentioned, boosting productivity, enabling automation, saving energy.
Precisely. That fine-tuning, that optimization, it directly translates to serious energy savings. You're only using the exact energy needed. No more, no less.
Right. No waste.
And it dramatically boosts productivity by enabling complex, really high-speed automation. Honestly, without this precision, a lot of the advanced systems, in next-gen manufacturing or even the efficient power in an EV, they just wouldn't be possible.
But it's the silent enabler.
That's a good way to put it. The silent enabler of modern industrial and mobility ecosystems.
Okay, so connecting this back to the bigger picture, that huge market growth heading past $40 billion by 2033, it's not just incremental. It's tied directly to these massive global trends, isn't it? Decarbonization, smart manufacturing, the EV boom.
Absolutely intrinsically tied. Think of it like this. Electric drives are the connective tissue. They link those ambitious climate goals to the practical reality of cutting industrial energy use.
Okay.
They provide the intelligence that makes smart factories more than just a buzzword, letting machines talk, optimize in real time. And for EVs, they're not just parts. They're the sophisticated powertrain components, delivering the efficiency, the range, the performance that you as a consumer expect.
Okay, this is where it gets really interesting for me. Let's zoom in. Where is this growth actually happening? Because it's not uniform across the globe, is it? There must be regional powerhouses.
Definitely not uniform. There are clear leaders and very different growth rates.
So let's start with the undisputed leader, Asia Pacific. The numbers suggest it's not just growing, it's transforming at an incredible scale, from about $8.18 billion in 2021.
Yeah, projected to hit $15.5 billion by 2033.
$15.5 billion, and the highest regional CAGR rate, 5.64%.
That's right. The highest.
So what's driving that? What's behind such explosive growth in such a diverse region?
That's a great question. And if you dig into it, China is obviously a major force. Its market is set to nearly double, hitting $6.5 billion by 2033. That's a 6.15% CAGR.
Wow. Is that just EVs?
EVs are a big part, definitely given their manufacturing push,
Yeah.
but it's broader. It's widespread industrial modernization, heavy industry adopting automation, consumer electronics needing higher precision. It's systemic. And it's backed by strong national policies pushing for tech self-sufficiency.
Okay, so it's a national strategy almost.
Pretty much. Then you have India, close behind, growing fast at 6.1% CAGR, projected to reach $3.05 billion by 2033.
And the drivers there? Similar.
Similar, but also distinct. Massive infrastructure projects are key in India, a burgeoning manufacturing sector too, plus the government's Make in India initiative, which heavily incentivizes local production and tech upgrades.
Right.
Japan, Southeast Asia, they're strong contributors too. But maybe the most intriguing part is the rest of APAC category.
Oh, yeah. What's happening there?
And actually posts the fastest regional growth, a remarkable 6.5% CAGR.
Faster than China or India.
As a category, yes. This points to significant emerging markets, think Vietnam, Indonesia, Thailand, that are industrializing rapidly. They're attracting investment, adopting advanced manufacturing.
Right.
They could be the real dark horses here.
That paints a much richer picture. National strategy, infrastructure, diverse industrial ambitions.
Fascinating. Okay, let's shift focus. Let's head west to Europe. Long industrial history, now big on green initiatives. How's that reflected in their electric drives market?
Europe's still a very strong market. It's growing from around $4.94 billion in 2021 to $8.5 billion by 2033. That's a solid 4.8% CAGR overall.
Okay, solid, but not quite Asia-Pacific levels.
Correct. And what's important here is the variation within Europe. Germany, for example, leads the charge with a strong 5.2% CAGR, driven by its, advanced manufacturing base and that clear Industry 4.0 focus.
Makes sense.
The UK also shows good momentum, above 5% CAGR. Seems aligned with their push for automation and sustainable tech.
But not everywhere.
No. You look at countries like Italy and France, and their growth is more modest, under 4.2% CAGR. Why the difference?
It often reflects slightly different industrial structures, maybe more reliance on traditional sectors, or perhaps a different pace of investment in that high-end automation. It highlights that tension. Maintaining established industries versus aggressively adopting the cutting edge. That's a challenge for many European economies.
Yeah, I can see that. A great insight into how national characteristics play out. Okay, across the Atlantic, North America, another major player. What's the story there?
North America is definitely significant. Sales are set to grow from $6.25 billion in 2021 to over $10.5 billion by 2033. That's a respectable 4.55% CAGR.
And the U.S. driving most of that, I assume?
Naturally, yes.
Yep.
The U.S. market is expected to pass $8.35 billion by 2033. A lot of that is fueled by the push for reshoring manufacturing, big investments in infrastructure upgrades, and also a robust defense and aerospace sector that always demands high precision.
Okay, what about Canada?
Canada's interesting. It's actually growing faster than the U.S. at 4.97% CAGR.
Oh, really? Why is that?
It seems to reflect their increasing focus on automating resource industries, like mining and forestry. Plus, significant investments in renewable energy integration, which needs a lot of electric drives, and a growing EV component manufacturing sector, too.
So specific national priorities really accelerating things there.
Exactly. It's a great example of how strategic investments can shape the market trajectory for a core technology like this.
So we're seeing this diverse mix of growth drivers, established giants, rapidly industrializing nations, and it's not just the biggest economies, right? You mentioned South America is also making strides.
Absolutely. South America is showing healthy expansion. It's rising from $1.29 billion in 2021 to a projected $2.77 billion by 2033. That's a very healthy 5.2% CAGR.
Pretty strong growth. Who's leading there?
Well, Brazil leads in overall size, showing steady adoption across its diverse industries, agriculture, automotive, and so on. But Colombia actually posts one of the region's fastest growth rates at 5.35% CAGR.
Colombia. Interesting.
Yeah, it points to targeted investments they're making in manufacturing, modernization, mining operations, and infrastructure projects. It really shows how specific national development plans are driving demand for these drives.
Okay. So as we look at the remaining regions, the Middle East and Africa, what patterns do we see there? The Middle East growth seemed more moderate.
Correct. The Middle East is advancing from $1.27 billion in 2021 to about $2.07 billion by 2033.
Right.
But the CAGR is lower, around 3.78%.
Okay.
Saudi Arabia and Turkey are central there, driven by efforts to diversify away from oil and gas and investments in new industrial zones. But yeah, the growth currently lags the global average. It suggests maybe a more nascent stage of industrial automation, or perhaps different investment priorities compared to the rapid shifts elsewhere. They're building foundations, which takes time.
Right, laying the groundwork. And finally, Africa. Often seen as an emerging market, how does it fit into this electric drives landscape?
Africa is definitely moving upward. It's growing from about $725 million in 2021 to $1.3 billion by 2033. That's a 4.2% CAGR.
Okay, steady progress. Any leaders there?
Nigeria is leading the way within Africa with a 4.4% CAGR. That's largely driven by its growing manufacturing sector, urban development, and an increasing focus on industrial self-sufficiency.
So these two regions, the Middle East and Africa, they really highlight the different stages of industrial development globally, don't they?
They really do. Some regions are still building that foundational infrastructure, while others are already rapidly expanding and modernizing with advanced tech. It's a testament to the global reach and, frankly, the necessity of this technology at all stages.
It really does feel like a global chess match of industrial modernization, doesn't it? Each region making strategic moves. Are there any particular surprise players or regions whose growth trajectory really caught your eye, maybe defying conventional wisdom?
That's a sharp observation. I'd actually point back to that rest of APAC category we talked about.
Yes, the fastest growing group.
Exactly. While it's often just lumped together, it represents this collection of nations, Vietnam, Indonesia, Thailand, others that are industrializing incredibly fast. And what's interesting is they seem to be skipping older tech, leapfrogging directly to advanced automation.
Why is that?
Could be younger demographics, maybe a greater willingness to invest heavily in modern infrastructure because they aren't tied to legacy systems,
Yeah.
their collective growth rate being the highest. That's a strong signal. The next wave of industrial powerhouses might come from places you wouldn't traditionally expect.
Yeah, that definitely challenges the old view of global industrial leadership. Fascinating.
It really does.
So, wrapping this up, what does this all mean for us, for you listening? This deep dive into the global electric drives market, it really shows this immense, impactful force, quietly powering the future of industry, mobility, energy efficiency. We're talking about a market that's not just growing, it's fundamentally transforming how the world builds, moves, conserves energy. And heading towards, what was it, over $40 billion by 2033?
Over $40 billion. And just to reinforce that point, these drives aren't just components. They are critical enablers. They enable industrial productivity. They're at the very heart of the automation revolution. And they are absolutely crucial for the clean energy transitions happening everywhere.
Right.
Which raises, I think, an important question for you, the listener.
Yeah.
How will this silent, powerful technology keep transforming the world around you, often in ways you might not even realize yet?
It's incredible when you stop to think about it. The sheer number of everyday objects, complex systems, the precise operation of smart appliances, efficient HVAC systems, advanced medical equipment,
All relying on this.
all relying on these unseen but vital technologies to work with such precision, such efficiency. So maybe the next time you see an EV glide silently past or a robot arm doing something intricate in a factory video,
Yeah.
remember those sophisticated electric drives humming away beneath the surface, orchestrating that perfect motion and really shaping our future.
Well said.
This deep dive into the global electric drives market drew heavily on insights from cognitive market research. Thanks for joining us on the deep dive.